Everybody sing that shit.
Rangers must improve fitness, insists new boss Steven Gerrard. Long before the idea of managing Rangers had even entered his head, Steven Gerrard already knew that one vital aspect of the Ibrox side had to change. It first occurred to him as he sat in the Bill Struth Main Stand on March 11. There, simply as a spectator, Gerrard watched Rangers enter the final 34 minutes of a pivotal Premiership encounter against Celtic with an extra man advantage following the dismissal of Jozo. It should have been the cue for an onslaught. An all-out display of physical and mental power to press home a dominant position. Instead, Gerrard watched Rangers huff, puff and collapse to an utterly deflating 3-2 defeat. There were various contributing factors that day, but, to the 38-year-old, one stood out above all others. Celtic were clearly in better physical shape. Bluntly, the Rangers he saw lacked the top-level fitness to compete in the moments that truly matter. When the point arrived for every remaining reserve to be drawn upon, the Ibrox fuel gauge was already in the red. 3 months on, Gerrard is adamant that will not happen again. If pre-season is the period in which a foundation of fitness is laid for the campaign ahead, it seems safe to assume Gerrard will adopt a very different formula to that deployed by Pedro Caixinha last summer. Yesterday marked the start of a 10-day training camp amid the forceful heat of southern Spain. This is where Gerrard's squad will begin sweating their way towards success. The fitness is the thing that struck me most when watching them last season, admitted Gerrard. If you want to play at the top end and fight for trophies, be in the running when the big prizes are given out, compete against the best, the first thing you have to do as a footballer is be fit. You need to be ready for the challenges at the top level. If the fitness is not there, where do you go? At that game in March, Alfredo Morelos entered the annals of Old Firm history with a remarkable late miss that denied Rangers a point. It was also when the cracks in Graham Murty's interim tenure began to widen. Even so, Gerrard still points to fitness as a key factor in their downfall. You look at the group and areas where you can improve it, and fitness is one of those areas, he continued. You don't look at one run or one individual but the group as a whole. I watched Rangers with my own eyes close up in the Old Firm game against Celtic, and it was glaringly obvious to me that Celtic were fitter and stronger on that occasion. It's the easy thing to say, we didn't get the luck. But when you go into it in a bit more detail, if you're a man up with that amount of time on the clock, then I'd expect my team to run all over the opposition physically. I could also see signs of it in the last 4 or 5 games. It's probably a good reason why Celtic have been quite successful. It would certainly have helped them if they're fitter, stronger, in good shape, finely tuned and ready for the demands of football at the top level. If you've got all your squad finely tuned and in that shape, then it will certainly help you. Gerrard's recruitment of Jordan Milsom as a head of performance aims to address that issue. He first worked with Milsom during periods of rehabilitation late in his playing career at Liverpool, before asking Jurgen Klopp to allow the fitness coach to become part of his backroom staff with Liverpool under-18s. I've got a lot of confidence in Jordan, who is an expert in that field, insisted Gerrard. You can't get any more qualified than Jordan. Not just the qualifications but the way he goes about it, his mannerisms and the one-on-ones with the player and the dynamics he has in the gym and outside on the pitch. His delivery is spot on. Physical power is one thing. But what of the mental strength within the squad? Plenty of Rangers fans would point accusing fingers at a number of players, given the dismal reactions to adversity witnessed during last season. Gerrard wants everyone to start anew. But he knows it is impossible to succeed at Ibrox, as it was at Anfield, if you cannot deal with the pressure and demands placed upon you. We all have to carry the burden of working for Rangers, he said. I do, my staff do, and the players have been told that's the reality. If you can't carry the burden of playing for Rangers, then you'll be found out pretty quickly, and not just by the fans but everyone looking in. You'll be found out. You have to take that responsibility and the weight the badge brings. Nobody can escape that. What's important for me is that there's a blank piece of paper right now. I've looked in from afar in the last 6 games and previously, before the Rangers situation came about for me. But I'll judge everyone with a blank piece of paper. There's places there up for grabs and I'll know pretty soon who wants them. You have to earn them. It won't just be given to them anymore. Reputations and names, it's not about that. It's about the best players who are going to get results for this football club. A resort in Andalusia is now the environment in which that process can get going in earnest. Gerrard hopes they will return to Scotland next midweek as a unified and strengthened group. The most important thing is for the players to get used to me and my staff, he added. And for the staff to get used to the players and start building relationships. We said to the players that it is important we become one, we become a group and there are no cliques. We are all after the same thing and that is success. The best way for us to do that is to fight for each other and pull in the right direction. Togetherness and team spirit, all these buzzwords you hear most pre-seasons are what we are looking for.